All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard. It is time for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. What's going on, Big Daddy?
Zero, zilch, not a bupkis.
Are you still celebrating?
You know what? I'm always celebrating, whether they're winning or losing or whatever. You know, you can't beat those LSU Tigers.
Yeah, man. I just figured I'd throw that one at you again. What's up?
Yeah, dude.
Let's see. We got Real Nation in the house. He said, "Let's go on Friday on the road to 400." He's getting a subscriber count up. He's working on it really hard. This guy's.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
How are you, brother? I ain't seen you in a while. We didn't have a show last week. We had a friend who we laid his mama to rest and decided to go out to dinner with him last week because he was in town.
Well, that's good, man. I mean, you know, that's what life is all about, friends and family.
You know,
it's good that you were there for him. So, you know, sorry for his loss, and it's cool that you were there for him. So,
yeah, for sure.
Good on you, mate.
Oh yeah, you know, he's the guy. I don't know if you remember me telling you there's a. Okay, all right. Danny, you want to hear my story? He wants to hear about beer. What's up? I got my virus of unknown origin with lime.
Tink. There you go.
Tink. Wait. Wrong side.
There you go. Tink.
There we go. There you go. All right.
Continue.
All right, boys and girls. Danny, you need to show us what axe you have this evening. Let's see what you got.
This is the Zach Wild Epiphone Camo Edition.
Dude, Camo Edition. Zach Wild Camo Edition.
With the active EMG pickups. This thing screams, dude.
Didn't Randy Rhoads have like a bullseye looking thing like that on his guitar?
Randy Rhoads did not have a bullseye. He had the yellow and black. He had the black pick guard on his Les Paul, but he didn't have the bullseye.
Okay.
That was always Zach's. Okay. And the funny story about that is he had the yellow and black Les Paul with the bullseye on it. And that's his signature. But when the guy painted it, he brought it to Zach. Zach was like, I was looking for the Vertigo. the vertigo kind of symbol.
The spin,
that was
the
not
spiral.
This is not what he was looking for, but
No.
it's what he had, and it stuck for the video, and there you go.
Very cool, man.
So, yeah, we got the old camo edition today, so there you go.
A camo edition, huh?
Hell yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. Well, you know, it is Thursday, and the boss is already screaming at me like he usually does.
Already?
You know? He's already.
What do we got?
Girlfriend, and leave us alone.
Right? Yeah.
Top of the heap.
Top of the heap, baby. We got the top of the heap, the top of what's going on in the world right now.
Yes. The
and
world
of
is
course,
on
we
fire.
Always start this one out with, you know what? You know what we're talking about today. Let me get rid of some
Pootie Tang, no, we hate to kill a man.
Pootie Tang, no, we hate to kill a man. Is that what you're saying? You talking?
That's what he's saying.
Pootie Tang?
Got my dillies on a pepper tank.
There you go, man. I mean,
Pootie Tang been busy, man. 20th of April, 2023. Let's see what we know on day 421. God almighty, man. It's just that's why I came up with that that piece at the beginning from Hunt for It October, man. This is just, it's getting crazy. And wait till you see a couple of the ones that I got earlier that I'll have to pop up here in a minute. My gosh, man, it's crazy. Let's take a look at what we got on day 421 of the invasion. NATO chief makes first Kiev visit since the start of full-scale invasion.
Whoa, what's going on over there in those bikinis, bro? Are they invading Ukraine too, or what?
I don't know, but it's looking kind of wild.
Dreamy boating photos.
Well, you know the Guardian. They like to distract us from what's going on in the world, man. So hey,
you got war on one side, boobs on the other side.
We got boobage on the other side. What's up?
It's going
Denmark and the Netherlands to donate 14 Leopard tanks to Ukraine.
Yeah,
it's like they have a running list of what everybody's given to the Ukraine.
Well, the Ukrainians can't say that they weren't supported by several different nations, man, in this effort. So
no. Not at all.
And if it wasn't for that support, he probably would have got bulldozed already. So
right.
Hey, if we can keep Mother Russia in check, he's got a couple fronts going there. He's got the war in Ukraine, plus he's bumping off people that don't agree with him. So he's fighting all over
that, my friend. Speaking of that, the latest on the hit list is this fella right here. Let's take a look at him. Top Putin critic Vladimir Akara Mirza, who survived 2 poisonings, jail for 25 years.
He's like,
this guy can't.
Rasputin, they can't kill him, so they just throw his ass in jail.
So they're just going to lock him up, throw away the key.
Stop that. Throw his ass in jail.
What the hell is going on there?
And that dude saying this is what he says to Pootie Tang.
You gotta beat the man! You gotta beat the man!
Threw his ass in jail. Stop that.
But and guess what they're keeping in jail? Russian court orders detained U.S. reporter to stay in jail. Wall Street Journal reporter Ivan Gershkovich. He's an American reporter. His name's Gershkovich.
Yes, he
was arrested on March 29th and has remained in prison there since. And
his ass will stay there too. I guarantee you, as long as they're in war and to spite the West, they're going to keep him in jail. They let go of Grimer, but they're going to keep this sucker right here in jail. I guarantee you.
Carrying some drugs and stuff, But the reason why I put this up, and I'm going to play it again because it's the truth, guys.
I'm going to play it again.
You got to pay attention to what's going on.
Eject! Fire on the flight deck.
This business will get out of control. It'll get out of control and we'll be lucky to live through it.
What is going on in the Sudan, bro?
Look, they have so many different factions
Yeah.
And anytime they try to garner a peace or whatever between certain factions, there's always the rogue factions going, well, wait a minute, now we've got something to say, and there's a vacuum, and then you got these other elements jumping in. It's just the Sudan. I mean, as far as I can remember back when I was a teenager, there's always been warring factions. I mean, it's nothing new.
It's crazy. Well, the factions we got going right now is two guys from their same military, from the military. Fighting between Sudan military rivals enters a second day. Of course, this was on Monday. We got this article with dozens dead, and it's becoming bad over there. Apparently, the fighting rages in Sudan hours after ceasefire was to begin.
Yeah,
and that was 2 days ago. Yeah. And then we got this one. Apparently, the Japanese are preparing to evacuate citizens from the Sudan. It must be getting bad over there, bro. And it's
all, make no mistake, it's always been bad over there. It's always been bad over in the Sudan. Always.
It's some kind of power vacuum. They took the presidential place. Apparently, there was an attempted coup, and I guess one side is loyal to the president, the other one isn't, and they're going at it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy over there. I saw all these articles piling up on the Sudan, and I was like, what in the hell, man? You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, we were talking about this at the job the other day, and, you know, when the Europeans colonized and they split this country into just different pieces, and then they back out of it, and now you've got these crazy boundaries, and you've got different warring factions, and you try to do a ceasefire, and then, like I say, there's other factions that are not down for that, and then you have the coup. It's always been volatile there. So
the thing that kills
me for those people, man.
These guys were in. It's the military that's split in half. You don't see that usually. You don't see
the only ones that have any money
go at it amongst themselves. You know, they're usually on one side or another. You know what I'm saying?
Over there, the military is the only ones that got power, the only ones that got the money, the backing. I mean, they're the only ones fighting. You don't see the people that are just trying to live their lives out there warring with each other. That's not who goes to war. It's people trying to grab power. That's all.
The people of the country are, you know,
they're
basically
like, enough.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Yeah, they're all in the
danger zone. Danger zone. Danger zone. Danger zone.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Let's see.
So
Luna Goddess is here. That's my daughter-in-law. What's going on?
Luna
Hey, the news
Goddess
is on. Yeah, it is. The real news. Yeah, see, we hacked through the matrix of
the
headline. What's really going on? And what about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Oh, man. She's talking Star Wars stuff now.
Star Wars.
But getting back to the top of the heap, the saber rattling continues all over the globe. South Korea fires warning shots after North Korean patrol boat crosses sea border. I mean, these guys are getting too close to each other. They really are, man. It's
well, they're
nuts.
straight on top of each other. I mean, you know, I'm surprised that they haven't gone across that neutral zone and gone to war with each other again. So
yeah,
you know, China's ready and we're ready. That would happen, you know. So
let me find it real quick. Didn't we have one about an Iranian? Yeah, here it is. Here it is, right here.
Saying they forced one of our subs to the surface, you know.
Yeah. Now the U.S. is denying it, but
we're denying that. Of course they are.
Of course we are. But let's see. Let me get it up here. U.S. denies Iran forced submarine to the surface in the Persian Gulf. The U.S. It denies the claim by Iran's Navy. I didn't even know Iran had a Navy.
I was going to say, was that like a guy in a rowboat? We probably came up to get up to.
Out there in a canoe?
You know, he went up to freaking periscope depth to say, who is this crazy dude in this freaking rowboat?
Who's this crazy guy dropping grenades in the water?
You know what I'm saying? Get out of here, dude.
Oh, man. But yeah, man, this is crazy. It is nuts. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, yeah. Right here at home, We got the Department of Justice accuses China of using police station to spy on and harass dissidents inside the U.S. Now, we've reported on some of this.
We've talked about that before. You know, this is happening. I believe this is in Chinatown, in one of the 5 boroughs there in New York City. But they've actually set up their own police force, their own police station, and they said they're there to help. But no, man, how is that even possible?
It says here, one case involves Chinese security officials allegedly spying on Zoom calls and then harassing Chinese dissident participants identified as targets. I mean, that, you know, yeah.
That's how dug in the Chinese are here in our own country. I think I read a report, they're the #1 buyers, purchasers of land here in the United States. I mean, we're a capitalist country, right? And we're about to, we used to have long-term, vision, but it's very short-term now. And why not sell and make that money? But the long term, when you sell away your home, your land, your property, somebody else is going to be right there. And the Chinese are very emboldened now. They don't think we're up to the task at all. That's why they do these things.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. This stuff is nuts.
I mean,
now we
they're not going away, I can tell you that.
Yeah, we heard about the leak that happened earlier this week, and we're going to have more about that later. But some of the documents that were released are pretty interesting. Let's see. Leaked documents could both help and hurt the Ukraine. I don't doubt that at all. I'd really like to see those because my biggest concern about backing the Ukraine is how corrupt that country may be, because we know
apparently some of these documents were detailing their spring or summer offensive that they were planning, and
right. Yeah.
I mean, if that's true,
dismissed the leaked documents as inconsequential for the war effort, as they only provide a snapshot of U.S. assessment in March and February. And then we have this article. Leaked Pentagon documents show that the shot down Chinese spy balloon may have had a feature known as synthetic aperture radar that can see through certain materials.
So Superman vision, that's what's up. I wonder if it can see through lead.
The Chinese are sending up shit that's got X-ray vision, see through the walls, man.
But they can't see through lead, so
these fools. Go. Oh, well, this coupled with everything going on in the South China Sea, that they've been building up these atolls into islands so that they can extend their property, in the South China Sea. And
strategically, there's a great jump off points in that corner of the world. So I mean, but they've been doing that for 20 years now. I mean, they've been doing that for a while. Yeah. And now they're just claiming it as theirs. This is our sea and you're trespassing. But nobody checked that. Nobody checked it. We were doing business with them, making money, blah blah blah. All the while they're over there. They've got a long-term vision. If
you guys don't learn anything from watching this show, learn to be vigilant and pay it. Don't just watch the 5:30 news and think you're getting the whole scoop. You've got to look into this stuff, man.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. You've got to.
You're going to get the spin. That's what you're going to get. But it's our job to try to figure out what's what. And that's the hard part for us, the taxpayer, the regular Joe, we the people, to try to figure out what is right. We ain't got time to do that kind of research.
That's why I like guys like, that's what you and I really wanted to do with this show, is wake people up to what's going on out there. Plus, I mean, there's other YouTubers out there doing it. There's a comedian named Jimmy Dore that is really good. I highly recommend him to guys. I mean, he does better journalism than some journalists do, and he's a comedian.
Do your own research. That's what this show, we're about, laughing as much as we can, but encouraging people to do your own research, man. Don't just look there and be a drone. Oh, they're correct, and the other side's not, and let me hate the other side. Yeah, open your eyes, dude, and just do your own research. And
we promote civil discourse. Civil discourse. Never are we backing anything violent. But this country used to have civil discourse, man, and people used to be able to talk politics. Now all of a sudden it's become a tribal I hate you thing, and it shouldn't be.
There is no middle ground anymore. We've really eroded that to the point where we're totally polarized as a nation. And when you're that far apart and the gap is that far, it's really hard to build bridges. And it's, we need to talk to our young people and try to get them back towards the center where they can at least talk to one another. Right now, we're way out here. And if you're not with me, you're against me. So, and your country will fall that way. We will fall that way. Reagan said we will
divide
fall
and conquer.
within,
There's a reason why it works. Divide and conquer
Yep.
works. And, man, I tell you, the scariest thing, we'll have to show it one of these days, is that have you ever seen that video of the Russian from the 70s talking about the divide and conquer, what the plan the Russians had for us was? It's almost like it's coming true now, It's crazy. But anyway, let's get back to the top of the heap. What's going on in Mexico? Gunmen kill 7 in Mexico resort, local officials say. A band of gunmen invaded a resort where dozens of vacationers were spending the weekend in central Mexico and opened fire, killing 6 adults and a 7-year-old. Authorities said.
Mexico is they've got some beautiful places and they got some beautiful people, but their government is not in charge.
Yeah. And we got this story here. The missing U.S. girl, Beyonce Cortez, found dead in Mexico after sending chilling final text to mom as arrest warrants are issued. I mean, what is going on down there, bro? This is crazy.
Well, we have a lot of people, that have families here and they have families there, and they're, going back and forth. And look, we talked about last week, know your place in the jungle. Know where you can and cannot go. These people that work for these cartels, they live under a different law, and you do not want to mingle with that. They're not going to go out of their way to search out civilians unless they really have to. And when they do, it's no holds barred. They don't care. They don't care who you are, how old you are. They don't care. So my allergies.
Oh, you can be okay, buddy. And then lastly, some bad news for Mr. Musk today. I don't know that it's bad news, though. They said before the launch, don't expect it to make it all the way. This is just a test flight. There was nobody on board, and it landed over the ocean, so nobody was hurt. I did watch them test their one of their stages, and they actually landed it successfully a couple of days ago on a platform in the ocean. But SpaceX's Starship, world's biggest rocket, explodes during test flight. The gigantic rocket successfully blasted off at 8:33 a.m. Central Time from Starbase, the private SpaceX spaceport in Boca Chica, Texas. Starship's capsule had been scheduled to separate from the rocket boosters 3 minutes into the flight, but it failed and the rocket blew up.
It separated all right.
if you see the video, and that's a pretty cool picture right there. Hang on. That's a pretty cool picture of the launch. What happened was it does a flip maneuver where it kind of flips over and ejects the first stage rocket. Okay. That's the big white portion below the Starship there. And it was supposed to flip over. Well, it kept flipping. That's when they knew something was wrong. It kept spinning. It didn't release. So they've got some bugs to work out of it, but they did get it up into the atmosphere. Man. So, it was leaving the atmosphere whenever that happened. But hey,
I guess that's a success.
Of course, it wasn't a success. It blew into a million pieces. But hey,
I wonder how much that cost. Gee whiz.
Well, this is the thing, and we're not paying for that. That's Elon Musk's.
No, I totally understand that. Yeah,
and that's I bitched and moaned about it whenever they canceled the shuttle program, because I think that's a source of national pride and whatnot. But
sure,
they might have been right on target turning this over to private individuals, because he's making leaps and he's making huge leaps in it. So, not completely successful yet, but they're getting there.
Huge.
Okay, the boss is telling me that, yo, dude, yo, what are you?
Yes. And you got your head all the way up it.
He is always yelling at me, man. He says he's telling me to get on.
What do we got?
Oh,
Jock Strap, boys and girls.
that's my dude right there.
That's your dude? Yeah.
Whoa.
He's a bad man, bro. He's a bad man. No doubt about it.
Cut, daddy.
Cut daddy.
My
Cut
dude.
daddy is a bad
Too bad
man.
he's gone because he had great form with that jump shot, man. I mean, he turned it up.
With the jump shot. Is that what you said?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And
Well,
I don't know what the
placeholder.
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, who the hell
Taking it on the chin.
All right, Dan. I'm gonna need your help with this one. We're gonna lead off with it.
Dude.
What's up with the NHL playoffs, man? What is up with it?
Hey, you know, I know my Bruins lost last night, but they're the team to beat. They'll recover from that, and I just don't see anybody in that bracket that's going to stop them. I really don't.
That's what a couple of friends of mine that watch it were saying to me. They said they really didn't see any opposition in their bracket.
Yeah.
But when it gets down to the finals, that's when we're going to find out just how good they are. Because apparently the West has a couple of teams that can rival.
They've got a couple teams. I mean,
No, my man froze. The schedule that's going on right now, you've got the Bruins and the Panthers. Their game 3 will be at 7:30 Friday night. You've got Toronto versus Tampa. They're playing this evening as we speak. Well, actually, I think these times are central. I think it gives me central times.
Yeah.
But Toronto and Tampa will be playing tonight. Then you've got Carolina versus the Islanders, the Hurricanes and the Islanders, and they're playing Friday. Looks like, wow, Hurricanes have a 2-game lead on them. And then you've got the New Jersey Red Devils, which I hate.
Jersey Devils, yeah. I mean, the Golden Knights.
Against the Rangers. Who cares who wins this series? That's just me.
I mean, honestly,
they're playing tonight. Then you got the West. You've got the Vegas Golden Knights. That's your son's team, right? And didn't he jump on that bandwagon?
He jumped on them as soon as they came out. I mean, he was there from day one.
Yeah.
And that franchise has been solid from day one.
Really?
It's amazing what they're able to do. Yes, they make the playoffs every year. They've been to the Stanley Cup Finals at least once that I know of.
Really? Well, the Winnipeg Jets have a game up on them right now, and they're playing tonight. Excuse me. The Edmonton
I like
Oilers
the Stars,
and
although they
Kings.
dumped the first game.
I'm sorry, sir?
So I like the Stars out of the West, although they dumped the first game to the Wild, but I like them. I like them to come out of the West.
Oh, they rallied against the Wild 7-3. Yeah. Good Lord.
They got robbed in the first game. Yeah, the first game, I'll tell you right now, they got robbed in that first game.
Second overtime? Was it a shootout?
No, they don't do shootout. It's overtime until somebody scores the goal. Okay. They don't do shootout in the playoffs.
Okay.
So they'll keep playing. It's at 2 overtimes. It looks like it was second overtime was the win.
Second overtime, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't do shootouts. That's only a regular season. They'll do a shootout, but in the playoffs, they're going to play until somebody scores.
Okay. We got the Oilers and the Kings going at it. Looks like they're even 1-1.
Yeah.
And then you got the champs against the Seattle Kraken. They're in there, huh?
Kraken's in there this year, yeah.
And they've got a game up on the champs. What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of parity, but I'm telling you right now, I mean, Boston dumped last night. Patrice Bergeron has not played in game 1 or game 2. He's iffy for game 3. He is their captain. they played him in game, the last game of the season. They set the record for most points, most wins in the season, and
they had
he
a
got injured
60-goal
in the very
player,
last
didn't
game.
they?
Yeah.
They haven't had a 60-goal player since Esposito, man.
Right.
Shit,
But
unbelievable.
he hasn't
I
played.
saw that when you put that up on Facebook. I was like, "Whoa, that's amazing."
Yeah, Pasternak. Yeah. So he's iffy for the third game. I still think the Bruins have enough weapons to. They got sloppy in the third period. They'll clean that up. I mean, they'll roll. I don't see anybody in that bracket, West or East, that can. It's the Bruins to win. It is. It's theirs to lose. They've got far and away the deepest roster. They're rolling 4 lines. They've got 2 solid freaking masonry goaltenders, man. I mean, it's theirs to lose. So I'm just hoping they can get the captain back on the ice, because he definitely brings that other element that you just can't replace. So
what's the injury?
They say it's an upper body injury, but he hasn't played since the last. He went out in the second period of the last game of the season. He didn't play game 1. He didn't play game 2. And he's iffy for game 3. So,
wow.
Hope they can get him back on the ice.
He gets back on the ice, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And by the way, boys and girls, if you want to learn more about hockey, you need to watch That 70s Rock Fan and Brahma Bull. They do a show on, I believe it's Friday nights, called Bourbon and Boarding. It's on late.
Bourbon and Boarding.
And they have a good time having a little bourbon and talking a little hockey. You know what I mean? So I always tell my brother watch it, but that's past his bedtime.
Way past his bedtime.
They're on about 10 o'clock at night. So,
You should ask your guys about the hit that was delivered in game 1 of that the Wild in the Dallas Star game, and
really?
It wasn't called. Yeah, it was a bad hit, and
okay,
well,
I'll definitely ask him about it, because one of them's a huge Star fan. I think I've shown you that that 70s Rock fan used to work in Dallas, even though he lives in Alberta, Canada now. But wow, that Scotsman gets everywhere, dude. I swear to God. But anyway, he's a huge Dallas Stars fan, so I'll ask him about it.
He'll know about the hit. I saw it. A friend of mine showed it to me. I was like, "That's an illegal hit." He launched. He got him up in the upper body in the head area, and Joe Pavelski is the guy that got hit. He's a major player for the Stars. He came over from the Sharks, and he hit him high. He knocked him over, and not only did he get him up like this, when Pavelski went down, his head bounced off the ice.
That's never good.
It was a bad hit.
They ain't playing on carpet, man. Jesus.
They weren't called for that. The Wild was not called for that, and actually, they ended up on the power play because one of the Stars guys jumped in and started fighting.
Wow.
Because it was a shitty hit. It really was.
Let's see. Real Wade says, "Hey Joe, did you know the Preds are in the playoff? Cough? No. Yeah, I saw you discussing that the other night. He's over there crying. You go, man. Good to see you, Real Wade. But
Predators have been pretty solid franchise too since they've been in the league. They really have. They usually are in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we got another set of playoffs. These guys, they mirror each other, really. Their playoff runs are about the same time. We've got the NBA fixing to do their thing starting May 1st, I believe it is.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
Well, it's just not the game you and I grew up with, man. It's really not. It's not the same game.
No,
but your son loves it.
Close.
Your son is all about some NBA, dude.
Because that's the only basketball
association.
That's the only brand of basketball he's ever seen. Is that high pick and roll where everybody's fanning out to the 3-point line? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Crazy.
Let's see the brackets start dates and times. I got them right here. The brackets are go as follows. You got the Bucks versus the Heat. Now, let me blow this up a little bit for you guys, so maybe you can see it here, and I'll highlight it. The Bucks are number 1 in the East. Is that right?
Yep.
And they're taking on the Heat, which is the worst team. And then we've got Boston taking on the Atlanta Hawks. How many times has these two teams met in the friggin' Eastern Conference playoffs? Good Lord. It seems like
now,
we're
look,
always playing the Atlanta Hawks, man.
the Bucks are only a couple years removed from winning the title, so
Yeah,
they're
I
a
know.
solid
I know.
franchise. You know,
And they're number one again.
Yeah.
The Sixers are taking on the Nets, and then the Cavaliers are taking on the New York Knicks. So that's the eastern side of it. And then the western side, the number one seeded Denver Nuggets are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Memphis Grizzlies will be taking on the Los Angeles Lakers.
How the frick did the Lakers make the damn playoffs, man?
Yeah, they're a bad team. Ugh. The Sacramento Kings are taking on the Golden State Warriors.
Sacramento Kings.
The Warriors are the 6th seed?
Oh, it don't matter, dude. They're in the hunt, so
doesn't matter. They're at the dance, right?
They're dangerous.
They're always deadly. And then the Phoenix Suns are taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. So that's your lineup starting. I believe it's May 1st is when they start. The weekend May 1st, May 2nd. Let's see. Real Wade agrees with you. NBA snooze fest.
I mean, it's terrible. What's funny, the Lakers, LeBron went out like the last 10 games of the season with some kind of injury. And that's when the Lakers went on their tear and jumped into the damn playoffs.
What? Didn't have to feed him constantly and they played as a team? What is that all about?
But the headlines say, LeBron wills his team into the playoffs. What?
Ever. Sure looks like
they're so in the bag for that. They're just so in the bag, man.
Real Wade says LeBron, aka Poop Fest.
Poop Fest.
Poop Fest.
Loser.
Okay. Let's see what do we got next here. Oh yeah. Here comes a shameless plug right here, boy. Yeah.
That's a shameless plug.
The shameless plugging. It shall commence.
Do the plug.
Let me get this up here. We've got
There's going to be pluggage.
The draft coming up here on Thursday. It starts. This is Mel Kiper's first and second round mock draft. And it looks like he's saying that. Let's see. Yeah, continue reading. Damn it. Are you serious? Well, okay, fine. We didn't want to friggin' look at your friggin' mock draft, you pain in the ass.
ESPN says no.
Pain in the butt. But we are going to be covering the draft. If you are an NFL nut, this show will not be on next weekend. I'll look at him. Did you hear about Kang? Laugh out loud. We ain't got to the Flix yet, bro. We ain't got to the Flix. Don't worry. We'll be talking about Kang.
Kang.
But we will be next week. The Brothers Hack the Matrix will not be on because the pregame party crew, myself, Small Time Republic, and Knock will be on doing a live reaction to the 2023 NFL draft first round that night. And we're even going to have a guy in the crowd because it's in Kansas City this year. And my man Das Wolfen, the huge Chiefs fan that he is, lives not far from there, and he's going to the draft.
Das Wolfen will be there.
It's going to be pretty cool.
That's what's up, man.
It is. I'm happy for him. He's starting to lose his weight, and he had a gastric bypass done not too long ago. And
that's what's up.
Yeah, he said he bought a selfie stick for her. He said he never thought he'd ever buy a selfie stick.
Check
he said,
me out. I'm here.
A need for it. So, yeah, he went and got himself one. And last but not least, in the sports talk tonight, well, it's not the last thing, but it's something that Dan's not going to be too happy with. We have to look at the standings of Major League Baseball.
It's early yet.
The early swoon is in full effect for the
early season. Early season.
They are playing 500 ball. Everybody else in our
bringing up the rear. Look, Tampa Bay has come out guns blazing, but that will not last.
God,
dude.
They've only lost 3 games. Jesus.
So, but now you look at the games back for the rest of the division, and we're right there. We're within striking distance.
We're with them. We're within 2 of the Yankees. That's all that matters.
And Tampa Bay will come back to the pack.
As long as we end up on top of that team right there.
That's all that matters, dude. Everything else is gravy. Everything else is gravy, man.
Let's not forget. And I'm going to go ahead and put this story in the sports because it has something to do with Major League. Usually we'd put this in the movie part, but we got to put it right here.
My
after
dude,
talking about
yes.
that. Ben Affleck shut down the production of Gone Girl after he refused to wear a New York Yankees hat.
That's what's up, man.
Yes.
He's a Beantown fool, man.
About.
There you go, bro.
Yes.
Props for the man. There you go. Ben Affleck kicks ass, dude.
You know he does. And he is a Bostonian, born and bred.
Absolutely,
that guy
bro.
right there. So
absolutely, bro.
You are not going to be making that guy put on
sir.
a Yankees hat. That shit ain't happening. Oh, there's my man John. How you doing, Das Wolfen? Good to see you.
Das Wolfen.
And let's see. Real Wade says, "Wow, no XFL coverage. Boo, dude. They're about to wrap it up.
XFL. XFL.
It's been fun for the XFL. I'm looking more forward to the USFL myself. There you go. Dan went YMCA on us. He's going Village People. I don't know if he can do that with a guitar around his neck, but
that's our XFL coverage. There you go.
There's your XFL coverage. Yeah,
you're welcome.
No, I'm looking more forward to the. I think USFL starts next week, so
cool, man.
That'll be.
I might have to check out some of those games, dude. You know.
Yeah, USFL did good last year, and XFL they did okay this year, but it was their first year. There was a few mess ups and stuff. Oh man, he's yelling at me already. Sorry, bastard.
What do we got?
Got the Flix, boys and girls. You know we do.
Got Fluke Starbucker getting his hand cut off.
Fluke Starbucker getting his hand cut off. Sir. No doubt. He is
getting his block knocked off.
Yeah, and we got 73-year-old friggin' Harrison Ford.
He's putting an old diaper on there so he can grab that freaking golden head.
All right, let's see what we got for domestic box office this time around. Well, of course, Super Mario is charging hard towards that. Super Mario is charging hard towards that billion mark.
Oh yeah! I tell you what, we went and saw Renfield, and that was a good movie, dude. Really had a good time watching that movie. Yeah, great movie.
Cool,
great movie.
Number 2 this week was the Pope's Exorcist. I highly recommend Moist Critical's review of that movie. I laughed my ass off. I was on a treadmill, and he did a deep dive in it this week. Man, that sounds like a funny movie. Funny in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? It's
bad. The trailer's like, disturbing.
But it's based on a real guy. Did you know that? It's based... there's like, I think this guy wrote 24 books about his life as the main exorcist for the Vatican.
Interesting.
This is loosely based on a real guy. I think they're trying to start Russell Crowe a franchise at the age of 60, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
But
one of those roles he doesn't have to shave.
Right.
Come down for. You know, once you get a certain age, you don't want to shave anymore.
You don't want to shave anymore, yeah. But unlike me, I like shaving. I like the way I look with that stuff.
Well, there was always one, and you're that guy, dude. So.
Well, I'm a James Bond fan, you know.
Okay.
Let's see. Number 3 is John Wick, still out there making the money. And Renfield, like you said, it was good.
Nicolas Cage
one looked like it was going to be fun. I like Nicolas Cage, so you know.
And the other guy that plays Renfield, I don't know what his name is, but he played Beast on the X-Men and some other things. Really good, fun movie to watch. It's a really good, fun movie to watch. Yeah,
he's been in quite a few things. Matter of fact, he played J.R.R. Tolkien in the movie about his life.
The violence in it is over the top, man. To the point where it's funny. It goes well with the movie. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got Air. You went and saw that and gave it a thumbs up.
Thought it was a great movie. Thought it was a great movie. Yeah, yeah. If you're an '80s person, you definitely would like that because it takes you back to that time. It really does.
Well, and I don't know that these guys knew what they're creating. I mean, good Lord, that line of sneakers is. God, what can you say?
If you watch that movie, Jordan certainly knew what they were trying to do. Jordan, and he was going to get his piece, and he still does get his piece, you know. So he knew exactly what they were trying to do. So he played it. He did it well, and he delivered. Though I mean, he delivered. He told them what he was going to do, win championships and this and that title and scoring. I'm going to do all that for you, and you're going to make money on me. Yep.
Well, the biggest story this week out of the Flix is, of course, Jonathan Majors, and I mean it. You know, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. He's going to have his day in court. Matter of fact, they're predicting this whole story might hurt the box office. Excuse me, for Guardians of the Galaxy, because he goes to court the Monday after that movie premieres. And we're going to find out more about what's going on. But
is he in the movie?
No, he's not in the movie, but he's the cornerstone of Marvel's next 2 phases, Dan. The next 2 phases. He's the bad guy. He's the Thanos of the next 2 phases of Marvel movies. That's what he is.
Well, and we've talked about this before. All these people that are coming out now, they knew who this guy was before. Why are they coming out now? What went on?
Yeah.
But this guy is who he is.
And Jonathan Majors grows, actor no longer starring in The Man in My Basement movie, cut from Texas Rangers campaign ad. Yeah. And I mean, it's like they're leaving him like rats from a sinking ship.
Well, we're guilty until proven innocent anymore in this country. So I mean, you know, he hasn't even gone to court yet, as far as I know. But
man, it's I don't
costing him big
understand
time.
why people are jumping off of him unless they know something. Unless they know something about him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's see. John Dustwolfen says the DA in the case has found more women coming forward, according to Variety. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Well, they had a lot of women on that cat that's playing quarterback up in Cleveland now, and
yeah, and he's still playing
nothing
football.
Really became of that. Yeah, nothing really became of that. So
yeah, let's see.
Who knows, man?
Yep. Yeah, I've got that here, John. Hang on a second. Jonathan Majors faces additional abuse allegations as more women reportedly come forward. The thing that, and we were talking about this last night on my other show, about him, his, you know, PR companies are supposed to spin stuff like this. His PR company dropped him. That's unheard of. That's bad news right there. His agency that gets him all his jobs and stuff, his agents dropped him. And
well, maybe they do that. Maybe that's a strategic move, because so many people are jumping off this guy. They don't want to be the last guy standing, so they're going to jump his ship as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's, like you say, he's going to have his day in court, and I mean, if it comes out that he's innocent of these things, you know, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be backstepping and, you know, apologizing all over themselves. But that's how it is in this country anymore. You know, you are guilty until proven innocent. It didn't used to be that way, but it certainly is now, you know. So
yeah, it is.
And if you don't have the media behind you, you're definitely going to get crucified in the media.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that goes.
All right. Oh man, why does this guy always have to be yelling at me,
what the
dude?
fuck? What the fuck?
What do we got?
What do we got?
You know what we got? We got the earthquake.
We got this crazy chick still trying to put this makeup on.
In a 7.8 Richter scale.
What are you trying to do there?
Dick, what are you doing?
Maybe she's going for the Joker look. Maybe that's what she's doing. I don't know. I'm thinking that's what she's going for.
Is that what's going on there, man?
Going for the Joker look, man.
Well, we know what the biggest earthquake is going on this week, dude. It's Anheuser-Busch CEO, and I don't know how you didn't pick these guys as the Simple Jack Award winners, really. I don't know.
Well, because the one that
there's an even bigger idiot out there. Yeah,
he's a real idiot.
We're chronicle him, but wow, how can you be bigger than idiots than Anheuser-Busch right now? The CEO, after what's going on with let's see, CEO offers flat apology. They say flat apology because it wasn't even an apology, really. Yeah, you see, he's drinking Guinness, right? Hang on,
I don't drink that.
I like that.
Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light bullshit. So there you go.
Bud Light's Dylan Mulvaney backlash. Yeah. They're I mean, look at that can. How are they?
I don't know what their thinking process was. They must have been sitting around one day going, you know what? We're on top of the world. Let's sabotage ourselves.
I wish I had the clip of the Joe Rogan thing. I might show that here in a minute, but there was a comedian on his podcast and they were talking about it, laughing about it and everything. I mean, they were showing, hang on one second. Let me get,
you talk about a company that does not, honestly, they don't know their customer.
Not at all.
You're
Right?
talking about NASCAR, you're talking about NFL, you're talking about sports as a whole, you're talking about PBR, you're talking about just ground roots, kind of conservative people.
Did you see
and you're going to do that? I don't get
that. That they released a new Pro America ad with iconic mascot in wake of Anheuser-Busch thing. Yeah, too little, too late, fellas. That's not going to work.
If people go back to that, man, I mean, that's just, they'll be laughing all the way. They're going to be laughing all the way to the bank anyway.
They seriously shot themselves in the foot because there's all kinds of country music musicians, Kid Rock. There's a rapper that David listens to that he came out. He was like, my mama ain't on a, she been a woman for 57 years. She ain't on the side of a friggin' beer cake.
They started naming off all the women that have been heroic throughout history. Yeah. And they're not on the frickin' beer can, but they're going to put this dude on there. I don't get that. And, you know, I didn't know any of this stuff, but what I saw, the first headline I saw about this was Travis Tritt drops Anheuser-Busch after blah, blah, blah years. And I'm like, wow, Travis Tritt dropped Anheuser-Busch. What's going on there?
Yeah.
You know, and, I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, you know the saying. Get woke, go broke, man. Small Time Republic says real man of genius. I've got an article about that. As a matter of fact, hang on. And then he says that Mulvaney ad did not get them one new customer. You're absolutely correct, my friend. It lost them several, though. They have lost like $6 billion in market cap since this happened. The stock is kind of leveled. It's fluctuating, but man, wow, did it take a dive. And there are people putting up pictures from grocery stores that they go to of everything else sold out, Bud Light products, plenty of them there for you. And they're not moving. They're not selling.
You know, it's interesting. You know, we're talking about the market shares and what their value is. And maybe you do something like that to drive the cost of the shares down so you can buy low and then make money going back up again, because it's going to come back up.
That's some 4D chess right there. The comedian I was talking about that was on with Joe Rogan, he said, man, I see this and all I see is a mob hit. I said, he says, what are you talking about? He said, oh man, the mob sent somebody in there to do this when nobody was looking, and they're just whacking people. You know what I mean?
Crazy to me. I mean, Anheuser-Busch.
He thinks it's industrial espionage. They sent in a CEO that was going to do this to grenade him. You know what I mean? It's nuts. But to small time republics thought they're real men of genius. Check this out. You can't write this shit, man. DeSantis says Anheuser-Busch is too woke, has lost him as a customer. Why would you want to drink Bud Light? And he even made, I wish I had a copy of it, but I couldn't find it before we came on air. DeSantis even made a video, the Real Men of Genius thing, mocking female sports stars, you know, the trans sports stars.
I saw that. Did you send me that? Or maybe somebody at work showed me that, and I was like, what? That is rough, man.
DeSantis, man, oh man, he's taking on Disney. He's taking on all comers, man. I know Jeffrey with Geeks and Gamers. He lives in Florida, and he says, I love this guy, and I don't want to see him run for president because we need him here as governor, you know?
Yeah.
So,
well, he's running. I guarantee you that. So.
What else we got? Oh yeah, let me pull this one up real quick, guys. Hang on. I gotta find this real fast.
Find it, bro.
Here we go. This one I caught today before I came on air, and me and Danny aren't on the same page on this one, but I think it's a step in the right direction. But I think they need to do something else other than this. This earthquake comes from Capitol Hill. House Republicans pass ban on transgender athletes competing with women and girls. and I think your stance is states' rights, right?
States' rights. This is just more government jumping into people's lives and all. I mean, I think it's a very simple solution. They could just create another category for the transgender. It'd be
That's
very
what I
easy to
say.
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know where our federal government needs to just jump in there. We've got a lot of other things that we need to take care of other than that. But yeah, just create their own category.
Yeah, give them
Jesus
their own
Christ,
category.
It's not that fucking big of a deal. I feel sorry for the ladies that train their whole fucking life to get into the fucking swimming pool. I'm just using that as a case,
Yeah. Yeah.
And just get their doors blown off by some dude or chick, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they don't have I'm sorry. Physically, it doesn't make sense.
There's no match. Yeah. Small Time Republic says now Jeremy is mad at DeSantis. Why is he mad at him? What did he do? I don't know. I love what he's doing. I think it's funny as shit. Yeah. Give them their own category, man. You want to be transgender and compete in athletics? Fine. Give them their own category.
You want to be known as transgender. You want to be identified as transgender. Then have your own transgender category. That's you go.
It. Yeah, that sounds great to me. Let's see. He doesn't think he's done enough to defend Trump. Oh, well. Yeah, I forgot. Jeremy's number one guy is Trump. I forgot about that. Yeah. John Das Wolfen says, I am torn. Part of me is states' rights, but biological men competing against biological women is unfair. Yeah, it is.
It is.
So give them.
But it could be handled at lower levels. It doesn't need to. The federal government doesn't need to jump into that really to get it handled.
The broad. Yeah, this is true. This is another. The more I think about it, you're kind of pulling me towards your camp on that because I guess not the government, but I guess the biggest governing body should be like the NCAA.
Thank you.
They can take care of that. That's
Whoever's
a huge
running these events,
body.
that's who needs to handle that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Now the Olympics, who funds that? Who funds the Olympics? Is that privately funded? I think it is. But anyway, yeah. Whoever holds these events, they can handle it at their level. They don't need the Fed jumping in here.
Right.
Really don't, man.
I got you. Yeah. Okay. So next up, now this is bizarre, man. This is really weird. This is like Running Man type shit right here. Former Indian lawmaker killed live on TV while in police custody.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He was
what do they
going
do,
to the
like,
hospital for a checkup. Don't worry, they don't show any of this. But and I'll just play it in the background. But he was the gunman was he was disguised as a reporter.
Sure, they walked him up just like they did old boy from in Dallas.
Yeah,
walked him right up, let him get shot.
Pretty much.
Problem solved. Boom. Oh, total setup, probably.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, here he is, right here. He's being taken in for a checkup, and one of the guys. Well, you'll see the still shot of it here in a second, but it's a guy that was in there as a reporter. All of a sudden, he opened fire on both of them. This is the lawmaker and his brother, and he's going in for a checkup at the. Yeah, there's the guy right there, and the police took him down immediately, but he got the guy. So that one's very strange. I don't know. That's wow. How did they let that happen, man? They didn't
let that. That was a total setup, bro. It's a total setup.
Yeah, it's sure.
It's an Oswald thing all over again.
Yeah.
And he's gone. There you go.
Let's see. Next up, we got. Oh yeah, oof! This one affected a lot of people. Hundreds of Southwest Airlines flights are delayed after FAA lifts nationwide ground stop. Now they were stopped for what reason? It was defective equipment or something.
Yeah, man? Yeah. It was a mechanical issue with one of their jets, and they grounded them. Because of that. So I mean, these airlines are under a lot of pressure to keep these things going, and a lot of times they're skirting their maintenance programs, their PM programs, preventive maintenance programs, just to keep these things flying.
Yeah,
and eventually catch up to them, and in the case of an airliner, lives can be lost. So
yeah, absolutely. Yep. Now
you can't keep up with your freaking maintenance program. You've got to make some adjustments there. So don't book so many so you can get these damn planes in and out. They got to be checked. So if there's a problem, it needs to be taken care of proactively.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, under the gun so much that they don't do that.
You and I are both military. They always made time for PCMs and shit like that. You've got to do it, man. You ain't gonna be able to do shit unless you got your stuff.
It wasn't even. It was it. And that was the aircraft as well. They come in. It's your time. It gets grounded and it goes through the PM program. 90 day, 180 day, 365, whatever the work cards are going to call for. But now in the civilian world, it's that dollar.
Yeah,
got to keep those planes flying. So that's a risky business, bro.
You're not going to have many people flying if one of those things hits the deck sooner than it's supposed to because you didn't change the oil at the right time. I mean, come on.
The flip side of that is try to explain that person that's in the terminal, oh, your flight's been canceled because we have a maintenance malfunction. They don't even want to hear that.
No,
they don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Okay. Small Time Republic says for 50 years, we've heard nothing but Title IX, Title IX, Title IX. Now all we hear from the activists is crickets. Oh, he's talking about the biological male thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
For sure, man.
It's all about what fits the agenda. That's when you start screaming, So
right.
If it doesn't fit the agenda, you don't talk about it. It's
Now we had
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
Now, boys and girls, we got a couple of danger zone stories this week, and I'm not joking. This is something that I can't believe this is a pattern that's happening, but we need to pay attention to it. Kansas City police probe shooting of black teen who went to the wrong house to pick up his younger brothers. He apparently was shot by an 84-year-old man. And his name is Ralph Yarl. And he's
miraculously, he wasn't killed.
Yeah. Unbelievable that he wasn't killed. But the 84-year-old's in custody. But it's just because he knocked on the wrong door. This
is the world we're living in now. We are so polarized as a nation. I mean, we don't care about each other's well-being. We don't want to help each other. It used to be, hey, can I help you? You lost her. It's like the car that pulls up in the wrong driveway. A guy comes out of his own freaking house and shoots those kids in the driveway. They didn't even come to the house.
Well, look at this one, Dan. Look at this one. New details emerge in a deadly shooting of 20-year-old woman who went to the wrong address.
This is the one I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. All they did was pull up into the driveway.
Yeah.
And the guy came out of his house and killed him dead.
Yeah, it's
used
crazy.
To be, hey, you're lost, you need some help,
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking for such and such house. Okay, cool. Yeah, now it's like pow, 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 pow. Yeah, that's where we're at as a nation right now. Yeah. We need to come back from that slope, man, because we are really sliding down where there's no coming back from that. It's like we talked about before. You got them way over here, and there's no in between, and no conversation. And then you've got the media, and you got your state and local and federal governments making labels and dividing us. They're the only ones that benefit from this shit, not us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you've said it several times. They're partying after they leave
they're having a fucking good old time, flying off to their freaking islands so they can do all the freaking perverted shit that they do. Nobody goes to jail. Where's Hunter Biden still out there smoking crack off some underage chick's ass while we're over here fighting and killing each other.
Yeah.
For nothing.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yep. Now, this was a weird one. This one freaked me out, dude. Man eaten alive by bed bugs in Atlanta jail.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
The man who died in an Atlanta jail cell was eaten alive by insects and bed bugs, the family's lawyer has alleged. Lawson Thompson was jailed on a misdemeanor and placed in a Fulton County jail psychiatric wing after officials judged him mentally ill. The lawyer for Mr. Thompson's family released photos alleging the conditions of the jail cell at the time of Mr. Thompson's death. Oh my God, look at that.
There's the Atlanta taxpayer dollars at work, unless it's a privately owned, prison, which is highly possible.
Just, that's crazy, man. That is crazy.
He was under observation, right?
Mm-hmm. This,
a misdemeanor.
For a misdemeanor. Because of mental health.
Well, look, this is just another black eye for another Gulf state, Deep South state.
Yeah.
You know, more signs of corruption in the Deep South. I mean, it's just rampant, and there you go.
Yeah. I was born in the second most corrupt state in the union. You were born in the most corrupt state in the union.
And just the most impoverished state in the union.
Yeah. It's sad. Both of them are welfare states. I'd like to see it turn around. I have a glimmer of hope. Shreveport elected a Republican mayor, so maybe he can make a dent. Who knows, though?
Yeah, he's gonna have a uphill battle because that's old money there, and things are the way they are because old money wants it to be that way. So
yeah. Let's see. From today, 6-year-old girl and 3 adults shot after basketball rolls into suspect's yard. Come on. Neighbors shooting neighbors. That's just ridiculous, man.
This is where we're at now, man.
God almighty.
You come in my yard, I get to shoot you. Stand your ground.
You've got paranoid people, and then you've got complete whack jobs, man. Oklahoma County Sheriff and 3 other officials allegedly caught on tape talking about killing journalists.
Yeah.
The governor's looking into this, I believe, isn't he, Dan?
Absolutely, and the journalists have a story that they're going to run, and it doesn't, shed a good life on the sheriff's department. And what's their response? Hey, let's kill him.
Jeez, man, is that a sheriff's department or is that the Sopranos, dude? What?
Hey,
I mean,
Tulsa King. I don't know. Call it what you will. People in power, man, do not want their power effed with at all, and that's their thinking, right? Let's just kill them. That's the reality they're living in.
Yeah. Speaking of power, pay attention to Capitol Hill, boys and girls. Biden will threaten Social Security and Medicare and bumble into the first default of our nation's history if he doesn't negotiate raising the debt ceiling with Republicans, Kevin McCarthy says. The speaker. Hard at work.
This is the absurdity of it all. Okay, so if you and Rhonda are over budget and you're spending too much, opposed to what you bring in the house, can you guys just raise your debt limit? Is that what you do?
No, it don't work.
Nobody does that.
No.
The only people that do that is the people that don't have skin in the game, and they're doing that with our money.
Yep.
They don't pay that bill.
Nope.
So why not raise the debt limit? Fuck it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of freaking, I'm telling you right now, hard times, man. Hard times, because you talk about people that are dug in and entrenched at the highest levels of government and business. They're all in cahoots with each other. Raise the debt limit, raise the retirement age.
Yeah.
Free health care, national health care, whatever you want to call it. Who pays for that, right?
You and I will be working until at least 70. You know that, right?
Nope.
We will be working till we're 70.
Nope.
He says, nope. I'm retiring before then.
Hell yes, I am. It ain't working me in the fucking ground, dude. Fuck that. Look at those people over in France, right?
Yeah.
What did their government do? Same shit. Raise the fucking retirement age.
Mm-hmm.
That's always government's, that's their response. It's not their money. They've overspent. They extend the country. So what do? They just make the people work longer to get more tax money out of them.
Yep. Got to pay the bills, right?
They sure shit ain't paying it, but they're out there spending it, though. Yeah. But they're not paying it.
Matt says our government's economic decisions are leading to the dollar becoming second rate to China's currency. Yeah, that's a scary thing right there.
Yep.
Especially if China, if you guys have been watching the show, we chronicled that Iran China, and I think, is it Saudi Arabia? Are trying to come up with their own currency.
I think Colombia is part of that. One of the South American countries is part of that as well.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it was, but we talked about that a long time ago. But
go ahead and call that the new axis of evil, right?
Look, we're the axis of laziness, man. Our leadership has just, they drive off the freaking jobs. There's no jobs in the United States anymore. We don't manufacture anything. Look at all your major cities where they used to be manufacturing, right? Take Detroit, the hub of the United States, is a bunch of freaking ghost towns now. We don't produce anything. Look at Shreveport.
Going the way of that, man.
GM left, your freaking plant left. I mean, these were big employers, all gone.
Yep. It's sad. They want everybody on the tit, on the government tit, so they can control them. That's what it is. Okay, let's see what else we got here in the earthquakes. Let's see. America, the access of soy boys. Yeah, that's about right, man. Oof. This one is I thought this was a funny headline here. Lobsterman reels in strange metallic catch. Maine police say. Then bomb squad responds. Apparently, let's see. While fishing about 20 miles off the coast of Maine, on April 11th, a lobsterman pulled a metallic object from the water,
rocket?
according to the Maine State Police. It turned out to be a 5-foot-long military rocket, police said. The man ferried the weapon to shore and notified authorities. The bomb squad was dispatched to examine the rockets. You gotta love Maine, man. That is great. The guy caught a bomb. That is awesome. Let's see what else we got here.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, this was a huge story. I didn't get to read the whole thing, but apparently, right when they were fixing to go into the trial, defamation trial, Fox News and Dominion reach a $787.5 million settlement just before defamation trial was set to begin.
Does Fox News have to issue apologies, retractions, or anything? I know that was a stipulation. Do they have to do it? Any of their their live people, the characters that they have on their show?
Yeah.
Do they have to apologize for defaming this company? Is that a thing, or are they just paying it out and it's going to go away?
Looks like they're paying it out. It's going to go away. Money is accountability, and we got that today from Fox, said Dominion lawyer Stephen Shackelford about the news of the settlement. So apparently they're paying that money to shut them up, I guess.
Fox News paying up $757 million. They must have done something wrong.
They must have done something wrong.
If they pay right, you don't pay a dime,
right?
They're paying a lot of freaking dollars there.
Now, this was sad this week. It freaked me out. I was like,
now, let me ask you this. Are you a Fox News watcher? Because I'm not. I haven't watched any of this crap.
No, I am not. I do not watch Fox News.
It'd be interesting to know if people that watch Fox News, if that sways their credibility rating.
That won't. No. The people that watch that or CNN, they want to see those talking heads yelling at each other. They do. It's dumb. No, I get my news. I watch the local news, Dan, to find out what's going on here. And I listen to my local drive time radio in the mornings when I go to work sometimes, to find out what's going on here. But as far as the national news, I don't watch it. I get my stuff off the internet. I filter it. You know what I'm saying?
I would say to people that are out there that depend on a Fox News or a CNN or an MSNBC, you really need to look at the other avenues, because these people, it's a business for them. They have agendas.
Propaganda machines, guys.
Yes, and if you don't believe that, I mean, you don't pay out $757 million unless you did something wrong.
That's almost $1 billion they're paying at Dominion.
Yes.
Yep. John Dustwolfen says, I don't watch any corporate media. Yeah, you shouldn't.
There you go.
They're trying to sell you an opinion. And it's, I understand there's right-leaning and left-leaning, but how about American leaning? How about you do that?
How about that? Yeah. Let's do that.
How about that? Why don't we do that?
We the people leaning. That would be cool.
Trust me, we're always looking. Danny thought he had the answer. What was the name of the news organization you had me checking out?
One American News. I started watching that, and it was exactly what I was looking for. They just give you the news, local,
it had a
national
constitutional slant to it, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. And you had the national and you had the foreign, and they would just give you the news. They didn't editorialize or anything. And then when Donald Trump started running for presidency, they were all over this guy.
They were carrying his
really
sack,
in the bag.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Bummer.
I don't watch them anymore. So there you go.
Well, listen, this was a scary one out of New York. Building inspectors continue to search for the cause of deadly New York parking garage collapse. This thing, it's I
didn't
pictures
see
of
this.
it. Apparently,
when did this
Wow.
when did this come out?
This happened a couple of days ago, I believe,
Really?
Daniel.
Didn't see this one.
Lower Manhattan, the 20th. Well, yeah, I guess that was today. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
This article's from today, but I think it happened a day or two ago. Might have been yesterday. But
continue to search for the cause of deadly.
The entire garage didn't collapse. It was just part of it, but one person died, and there was several injured.
Wow. I mean, it's terrible that person passed away, but man, that could have been really bad, right?
Yeah, and it's just another indicator that, dude, I keep hearing we're going to have infrastructure bills passed and stuff like that. They haven't done it yet. Yeah. They haven't done it yet. And this country needs a lot of infrastructure work. It really does.
And that is one of the major jobs of the federal government is infrastructure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop fucking around with the damn transgender thing and get our infrastructure, our roads, our bridges.
What's important. Das Wolfen
what you're
says,
supposed to be doing.
I'm willing to bet that they will find that substandard materials were used.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
We'll see. We're never going to know the real story because they're not going to come out and give you something that's going to sway your opinion of whatever. So it's going to be spin, but
this
terrible.
one I can't believe, dude. Check this one out, man. I couldn't believe this headline. Rapist who won $8.9 million lottery prize while in prison has been granted full access to his winnings. A convicted rapist bought a lottery ticket while on weekend leave from prison. What?
Weekend leave?
Weekend leave?
Where is he in prison?
How do you? Is prison like the military now? They give you a pass? What the? Okay.
Does it say where that prison is located?
Let's see.
I mean, honest to God, you get weekend furlough for a rapist? What the fuck?
Right. Let's see. I'm not sure where this is at. Oh well.
It looks like it's Europe, UK, right there. It's over in the UK.
What? Is it in the UK?
Yeah, you already scrolled past
the currency.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, a weekend pass. Yikes. He won a prize of 7.2 million pounds, $8.9 million. But his access to the money was limited. Lorworth Hoare, what a name.
Access was limited? Yeah, he's in prison.
Hoare,
except for the weekends, of course.
70, has been granted full access to his winnings after a 15-year legal battle. And John says, of course, it was in the UK.
I mean, honest to God.
That is nuts. Let's see
what
else
we got
for
the 70-year-old rapist. Okay.
Here we go. Mesquite ISD substitute teacher fired, arrested after she encouraged students to fight each other.
Fight club. There you go. Fight club.
Fight club right there at school. She'd been charged with 4 counts of endangering a child. Our investigation revealed that this substitute teacher encouraged students to fight each other during class, outlined rules for the students to follow, and even instructed a student to monitor the classroom door while the fights took place. Guarantee you she was filming that shit for TikTok too.
Look, I'm telling you right now, there's such a shortage of teachers anymore. I don't know what kind of background checks they do on these individuals, especially substitute teachers. I don't know what
Yeah.
vetting goes on there. It's an old story. People go and they get the 4 or 6 years of college. They go out there and they want to, serve the community and be a teacher. And then they get into these classrooms, and it is
Yeah.
gladiator school anymore.
Several of our aunts did.
They leave. They don't do it.
Yeah.
Because number one, these kids are getting sent off to school with no sense of morals or anything, no kind of, right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about maybe you got 30 children to a classroom, and they're there all day.
Right.
So yeah, nope.
Well,
we're unmoored from our freaking moral values anyway, and it reflects in the young people. It's not their fault that they don't have somebody at the house showing them right from wrong, teaching them. Animals do it.
Yeah.
But we got the huge brain, and we don't do any of that shit. We don't prepare our young people for anything. They come out in the world, and they're just like, change. Fucking ridiculous, man. We're failing our young people. We are.
I know we are.
As a nation.
Yeah.
And we dumb down our societies with these shitty schools anymore, and the teachers leaving in droves. So there you go.
Yeah, that's what happens. Das Wolfen says, at least she didn't sleep with them.
Yeah, she wanted to beat the shit out of each other. And
hey, she must have been eating a lot of Crisco. Oh my God. Damn, Real White Nation. Well, boys and girls, speaking of Fight Club, it's time to enter
Danger Zone. Danger Zone! Danger Zone! Danger Zone!
You better watch out, boys and girls. You better put on your chin strap. You better buckle your seatbelt. It's time. It's time. Don't be afraid. We'll see you through it, but it's time.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
To turn out the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Are you hiding behind your guitar?
Kurt Warner was on the 18. He ended up on the 21.
5, bro. It was pretty bad, dude. It's pretty bad. Bobby
McRae searched him out, dude.
You think
he wasn't going to make that tackle? He wasn't going to make that tackle, man.
He was laser focused, no doubt about it. You know what's fucked up in today's game? That'd be an illegal hit.
Yeah, well, that's today's game.
Wow. Launched him right to the retirement couch. But
yeah, that Saints defense would have had a hard time in today's football.
Yeah, sure. They were too mean.
That was a nasty bunch.
They were too mean. Too fucking mean. No doubt about it. Okay, for my last word tonight, boys and girls, I want you cryptozoologists to start checking out the news, man, because I'm seeing stories like this all over the place. Rare Oregon critter surfaces again, this time on Mountain Highway. It looks like a rather large badger to me. I don't know.
It looks like a badger. At first glance, I would say badger.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Yeah.
But let's see. I think they have some video of one of them right here. Let's take a look. And of course, it stops playing.
That is some rural area right there, man.
There he goes. That is a big animal, whatever it is, dude. What is that damn thing?
Well, it's not that big, dude. Look, you're going to get some size. Once that truck comes up there, it's not as big as you think it is.
Yeah.
I would say badger. along the lines of a badger.
This is saying Wolverine sighting. I don't know, but there's a lot of these stories popping up here lately. 20-pound rodent with big orange teeth looks like a beaver to me. Rat-like tail.
Could be a nutria. Could be a nutria.
And no necks are wreaking havoc in the U.S. and landing on most unwanted lists. There's a lot of these stories popping up about these strange breeds popping up. I don't know. I don't know if the government's doing experiments and making huge rodents or what, man. But there's a lot of stories like this show. So if you guys see anything like this, let us know in the comments for the video, man, because I'd love to see it. I really dig cryptozoology. I dig that stuff. Of course, everybody that knows me knows I listened to AM Coast to Coast for years and loved the stuff that they had on about that stuff, like Bigfoot and a chupacabra and stuff like that. Man. I think it's cool. A chupacabra.
Does that show come out of the Rockies? Is that where that's based out of?
What's that?
AM Coast to Coast.
AM Coast to Coast. I'm not sure where. Well, I know Art Bell was broadcasting from the Philippines near the end when he stopped doing it. I mean, it's just wherever he was living. I think it was in Arizona. I'm not sure. Not really sure. I don't want to get the lion. Small Time Republic says Kurt Warner got knocked all the way to I-10, which wouldn't have been far away.
He did. Right outside the dome. Boom. Boom. Knocked his ass right on the freeway.
Das Wolfen says a lot are invasive species from other countries. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, one of the things I did see a story on, and I didn't add it. I should have added it to that section, was apparently there's a lot of these Burmese pythons that are breeding and they're becoming a problem in fucking Florida. These people getting these, exotic animals and not knowing how to take care of them and shit, and just letting them loose in the wild.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, the nutria. Louisiana life and wildlife and game, whatever you want to call it. They're the ones that introduced the nutria down in South Louisiana as another option for fur trade and blah blah blah. And that thing just took over the swamps and it just was wiping out the ecosystem, and it worked its way up.
Too, man.
They are. They disrupted the damn natural freaking habitat, man. But that's somebody introducing something from another region into an existing ecosystem that they really didn't know what would happen. And this is what happens, man.
Yeah. So. My wife just came in here, gave me the watch thing, and I was like, "Hey, we started a little late. You know, it'd be all right."
What's your problem, bro?
But yeah, look, you know what it's time for? It is time for Danny's pick of the week for the Simple Jack Award. That guy that's trying to do the right thing. He thinks
he's not even trying to do the right thing.
Thinks he's doing the right thing, and
fucking douchebag.
He ends up just screwing shit up, man. And this week, it's a special kind of guy. You know him. You know him. You love him. It's the dude that dropped the shit on Discord, trying to impress his video game fellas. FBI makes probable cause arrest in connection with classified document leak. Who is this guy, Dan? And what?
Jack Teixeira. He's a member of the, I believe it was the Massachusetts Air National Guard. He's freaking Air Force, and it pains my heart to see this. But yeah, he had access to a lot of classified documents, and he's posting them real time up on freaking Discord. You know, they have their own special group of whatever they're talking about, and to impress people, he went under the name of OG, and he starts putting up these classified documents. You know, people see this. You know, you raise your hand, you take an oath as a military person, and this fool right here. I mean, how far would you have to have your head up your ass to know that
clout chaser,
damage the fucking country and our allies Yeah. And we puts us in a position on the global, stage where our allies are really looking at us and what's going on with your security over there, and things are being leaked that they don't want, anybody to know about. So this fucking asshole right here. Okay, so he's, here I am, right? I've already got him guilty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of smoke there, and this guy was arrested for, the things that he leaked up on there on Discord, and national security documents, and it doesn't look good, and it hurts our nation, both here and abroad. And in the time when we're living in, where the West is really being scrutinized, and you know, we're it's like we're back in the 70s again, where we're trying to fight communism, the West against the East, and that philosophy. Who's the stronger? Who's the more organized? And it really makes us look like a bunch of fucking assholes. And I hate to say it, but this young man, he's in the Air Force, and he's a fucking idiot. So if it comes out that he did, and look, if it comes out that he didn't do it, I'll come on this show and I'll say I'm sorry and I was wrong. But it certainly doesn't look good for him, and it's just a fucking idiot to do something like that. Trying to get somebody's attention and make himself
clout chasing. He's chasing
bigger than
clout.
he is. Whatever it is, he's a fucking asshole, and that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard.
And he went full retard.
Full fucking retard.
Yeah, he's chasing his 15 minutes, man. That's what he's looking for.
When you raise your hand, you give that up. You give that up.
Oh, no.
You're part of a group then, okay? So you're no more special than the guy or girl next to you. And when you do that, you put yourself beyond the mission, to be on that fellowship. Whatever, if it comes out that he's guilty of that, whatever he gets, he deserves.
Yep, absolutely. Matt says the resurgence of alligators has helped cut down on the nutria. Yeah, that's true.
Good. Good.
Is it Biden? He's asking about the Simple Jack Award.
Right.
And what a dummy.
We could give that
I don't
to him
think
any week.
he even did it to profit or hatred of the government. Yeah, he was straight clout chasing. That's what this guy was doing. He was trying to impress his video game buddies. Yeah, it's just damn dumb. Well, boys and girls, that is it for the Brothers Hack the Matrix this week. Let me let you know what's going on with the channel. You can watch us every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. Now, next week, I'm giving my brother the night off unless he wants to join us for this. The NFL draft is coming up next Thursday, and we're going to start an hour before draft coverage starts. And it's going to be 6 p.m., same time as we do this show on Thursday. But next week, it's going to be the 2023 draft live reaction show with the pregame party crew, Matt from Small Time Republic, Knock, and also Das Wolfen that you saw in the chat there. He's actually going to be attending the draft. He's going to be our correspondent on the ground there to let us know what's going on there. And he's really hyped for it. He can't wait to do it. And then, of course, don't forget, later on this evening, you can watch me, Papa Joe Gamer, After Dark. We're going to play a little DCO tonight again. I told you, I know I told you last night we're going to play some different games, but I hate to do this to you, but it's going to be another night of DCO because they dropped the new DLC today. The Static Shock DLC is in, so I've got to, I always have to play the first night of the DLC to show people what's going on with it. So tune in for that at 10 p.m. Central. And then, of course, you can also see me on Saturday as I plot the pages of The Privateer, my comic book that I've been writing for 20 years and finally putting pencil to paper to start creating it. And Justifier Jim's been a little busy lately. Hopefully he'll be able to be here this week. But even if he isn't, we're going to press right on with it. And that's every Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. We go for about an hour. And then, of course, Sunday, you can find out what's going on in the world of wrestling on Dork Side of the Ring. I'm the co-host there with Danny Ballard, the Dork Knight himself. And Johnny Rock shows up a lot of the time to talk everything AEW and WWE. And I have a section called State of the where I fill you in on what's going on with the smaller promotions. And that all happens on Sunday afternoons at 1 p.m. Central on Pop Culture Minefield's channel and KGRA Radio. And then Monday, you can see me and Das Wolfen on Canon Film Club on That 70s Rock Fans channel. That's the guy I told you that's a Dallas Stars fan, Dan. If you see on the left-hand side of the screen, you see his icon there playing a guitar. Yeah, Austin's going to be with us. The author of the Canon Film Guide. I know Danny's a huge fan of these movies. He loves action movies from the 80s.
Yep.
And we're going to be covering the Miskin Action series, the 3 movies that Chuck Norris made under the Canon Film banner. So tune in for that at Monday at 4 p.m. Central. And then, of course, you can see me and my friends on Wednesday get together with State of the Atmosphere. It's just we get together and talk everything pop culture. We were talking about the Mandalorian and Jonathan Majors problems that he's given Marvel right now, and the Star Trek franchise, because Section 31 is going to be a movie here coming up on it. So you can see us talk everything pop culture that we dig, sometimes some current events, but not very often. It's usually pop culture stuff. On State of the Atmosphere every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central. So for myself and Hylunder, there can be only one guitar player in the family. I want to thank you guys for being here. And until we see you again, I want you to keep on keeping on. God bless.